What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube? This is FJ, and Warren's right there too. Welcome to BrackCast number 46. I'm sorry I missed last week. I was sick. I wasn't feeling well, and I didn't think I would be able to talk for 2 hours ish. So here we are, picking it up, and this would be the last BrackCast before Christmas. So I figured today would make sense to have a Christmas holiday special where we talk about a whole bunch of stuff kind of Christmas holiday related. But first, Warren, welcome.
Hello. Long time.
Like one of the founders. The founder, actually. He was the founder.
Don't say things like
he,
that. That's
he
awkward
abandoned
for me.
us, and now he's returned, the prodigal son.
Abandoned? Oh, no. I was busy. I don't know. Sorry, man. You knew what happened. So summer hits. I'm in tennis mode. I'm never home.
Yeah.
Winter's here now. It's finally minus 30 in Alberta. So I'm like, I got time to sit down and talk and chill, hang out.
Is that going to be, over the break, or just, are you still tutoring over the break, or what's up?
I will be, but no, I've been tutoring this whole time. It's just, it was pretty nutty up until now. Things have kind of like slowed down in the tutoring world. I've spaced out some kids where it's kind of like I'm not barraging myself with like 4 hours every night. So it's a little more calmed down. So I have time for, hanging out, getting my
Nice.
mental state in order, talking to you guys, because that's what it was last year. Like I wanted this because it's mental state. It's talking. It's people, community, a different community.
We've kind of gone over this in the past podcast, but Discord, I didn't realize just how much of a, is the word called crutch, handicap? Like I relied on it so much that I got probably used to just having it on and feeling like people are around. It was more like tricking my mind to think that people were around, and I got more comfortable being alone at home for longer extended periods. But no, I wouldn't say that's necessarily healthy though. Like I felt like I still had a little bit of a deterioration in my mental health, emotional health.
I mean, for me, like with the Discord thing, there's ups and downs to it. And for me, it definitely helped last year, the whole like COVID thing and people passing away and stuff. So it's like, definitely warranted for.
Warranted.
But
I got it. Yeah.
you have black hair now.
Yeah, I'm
Progressed from the
you and I-
sharp looking gray thing.
are switched out. I'm gonna try to grow it out like you had. Like I'm gonna try to grow out a mane, like a lion's mane, to see what I can do. Is your hair naturally curly?
Yes.
Oh,
I've been told this several times and I never know to say thank you or like, okay, sure.
it's cool, man. It looks voluminous.
Wavy? Oh.
Voluminous.
Let's not show you my bald spots then. What?
Well,
You have bald spots? No, I
Yeah,
don't.
it's just receding further. And further.
Yeah. That's why. This is why you see this.
Yeah.
Does this make me look bald?
There.
But no. No, it's good to be online with you guys. Even just playing games in the last few days with you guys has been pretty sick. Like,
yeah,
that's been
I've
kind of
noticed
relieving. I'm
you
like,
guys are on a lot more together, which is nice again.
Yeah. But this is the side effect of winter. Like I can't go outside. So, and with everyone else, the same thing. No one can really go outside. Like, what kind of rock climbing can you do in the winter?
Is there like,
Ice climbing?
no initiative to add some more winter activities in the city?
Oh, there's plenty. I just don't want to do them. There's snowshoeing. There's what's it called? Cross country skiing. There's a ton of ice rinks and
Skating, bro.
yeah, there's a
That's
ton of
kinda
skating here.
cool. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I wouldn't
I'll
do the
be like,
cross country stuff or the snowshoeing.
No, they set up a ton of just like ice rinks around like fields and stuff.
Ice fishing? Do they do ice fishing?
Ice fishing, you'd have to drive out for a bit, but that's definitely a thing too. But I don't know. I want to sit around.
Yeah.
Sit around a hole with 3 other dudes.
I mean, you sit on a hole daily, multiple times.
Yeah, but not for 4 hours long stint drunk with 3 other guys. How does that sound though? 3 guys putting the rod in a hole all together at the same time. Not down. Miss me on that.
That's not TOS. It's not.
That's. I'm just saying. It just sounds weird to me. I don't want to put rods in a hole with other dudes.
in the cold. I mean, those rods can't be that. Anyway.
Actually, one of my friends, he used to work in Lloydminster. He grew a passion for like fishing, like hardcore, just being in the wilderness
Yeah.
and like going out for excursions. And then he started a YouTube channel, and just the last 5 years, he's really blown up to like 100K viewers in Saskatchewan and like Alberta. Like, there's a bunch of people that just watch him because he's showing off like cool catches and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think he does it full time, but he's still an electrical engineer. He doesn't play as much badminton anymore.
Yeah.
And yeah, all he does every weekend is go fishing and stuff and wilderness stuff.
Just today, you mentioned YouTubing, is I got a warning that I hadn't done anything on my snow channel in over 7 months. I didn't realize, and apparently that's not allowed. Like, you can't be a partner if you're dormant for more than 6 months. So yeah, they warned me that I'll be demonetized and I'll lose partner program if I don't upload anything ASAP. So I uploaded something.
Was it remotely related to snow?
Yeah, it was. What I meant to do with my last video, which was like comparing a bunch of luggage, was to put it on the snow channel.
Mm-hmm.
But it just so happened when I aired it on Twitch, it just went straight to FJ5, and I was like, oh, I'll just keep it on FJ5. It doesn't matter. FJ5 snow, it doesn't matter. But it did. It would have mattered. So I should have just put it straight on snow. So yeah, I kind of made like a condensed version of it, kind of tweaked it a bit more, and then I re-uploaded it on the snow channel. And depending on which one does better, I might just take one of them down. We'll see.
What's the time limit? You said 6 months?
6 months. You have to be active within 6 months, and you have to have the watch time hours and the views and stuff, which I hit because of my other videos. But I didn't know I have to keep uploading new stuff every 6 months. I don't know why I didn't know that. Anyway, now I know.
I was gonna say, you think of like I think of like one channel I used to watch a lot of was like Wong Fu, and I don't think they put anything up in like years. Or like Ryan Higa.
Oh, but do they have new channels? Maybe they have new channels.
They might have new channels. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
I haven't bothered looking actually. What else?
Okay.
Their stuff is still classic.
And that's what's good about this podcast. I had realized, but it's just every week I get something new for FJ5 with this, right? And sometimes I'll put up some gaming stuff or some Spanish stuff, but really this is the one that's been keeping me active. But I gotta remember to use it for it's the snow one too.
No, that makes sense. And if you're on it, like, you might as well. Like, you have the footage. It's organic. It's who you are.
Yeah.
You get to show FJ.
Get to share the wisdom with the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
FJ9.
I think you're at FJ 46 now.
Yes. Here he is.
Where?
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. He's got a white background.
Deji looking.
Is that TOS?
Like, what is that? Are those like? Is that a bag? Is that overalls? Is that
overalls? It's got to be snow pants.
I was thinking snow pants at first, but I think it's a bag. Oh, it's a vest. It's a vest. Is it a vest? We can't hear you, bro. No.
Got none.
No audio.
Hi.
I see Sriracha though. Yeah, you're quiet.
Is that better?
Yes, better.
Feels better.
Is that a vest?
No, these are overalls.
Oh, they are overalls.
Okay. But why though?
Oh, I was just outside.
Oh, is it snowing a lot?
It's not snowing. Oh. It's like 15 out. Everything melted.
Oh, so that's just the look.
Yeah. What's going on?
It's dope. I like it.
I'm down.
You anymore? Hold on.
Okay, we're just making fun of you. We're roasting his vest. The vest that doesn't cover his chest.
Vesting is roast. Yo, check out Warren's new piercings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, show those up.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. Oh. I kind of want to get more. You just chose like silver studs. Is that what it is?
She just gave them to me. She's like, keep them in for 6 weeks, and then you can switch them out for whatever you want.
Yeah.
It makes sense because it's like you gotta build a hole.
Like the week, yeah, it's a week. Even if you leave it out, like after months or years, and you leave it out, it'll close in still too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I
makes
basically
sense.
leave them in all the time. But anywho, that was a long
Do you know
intro.
why I got them?
I cannot
Yes.
hear anything.
Yes. All right. I saw your stories. You failed your target.
Totally did. Totally botched that 100K.
So wait, who put you up to the piercing though?
That was me. I was like, if I don't hit 100, I'm getting a piercing. I didn't even hit 80, so I'm like, I'm getting 2.
That's why you got two. Okay, so, but like, so you didn't want to get piercings.
No. Either way, it was going to be a reward or it was going to be a punishment.
Yeah.
So instead of flipping a coin, I just left it up to my running capability.
Yeah. How's your recovery? I saw the ice bath. That was nuts.
Oh, that's
normal?
easy.
Okay.
That's normal because I mean tennis tournaments.
Yeah.
But next day I was walking. I did okay. Stairs were okay.
The next day already. Nice. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Deji, is everything okay?
Yeah.
Do we need to call somebody?
There. He's moving
Who
dead
else
bodies.
is in your spot with you? Who are you fighting? Blink twice if you're okay.
What? I did. What? Okay, well, so first, what we thought of talking about last week was J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter. They're pushing out that special. Come January, I think they're having like that reunion special at HBO Max. I thought they were just gonna stream it on HBO Max, and that was the event. But apparently, they are gonna come together and do probably something like the Friends reunion or the Fresh Prince reunion or something.
Is it like a movie long? Like, is it like an hour or 2 hour event?
I'm guessing it's like Fresh Prince or something. Like, yeah, it's about an hour. I'm guessing the special.
That's cute.
And what Deji recognized or noticed was there was no J.K. Rowling affiliation whatsoever in any of the promotions for it. And that's true. I've seen the ads. There's nothing about based on the books or whatever, the best-selling novels or anything like that. They didn't say anything about J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we were going to touch on that. We can start off there because I do think, doesn't Harry Potter normally come out in December? Like all the movies in the past, they always came out in December, right?
Yeah, it was usually like a December event.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What was the story with JK? Was she transphobic? She was a phobic of some sort.
Yeah, so she put out a whole bunch of statements, just like, basically indicating how some of the feelings towards trans people actually ended up eliminating a lot of roles that like women played and stuff like that. It was more so like she was being more of a feminist. It was like a lot of, because okay, what's the tech? They call her a specific thing right now. It's called a.
Yo, Deji, I don't think you're using your mic.
Oh,
Just so you know.
hold on.
Sounds different.
How's that?
It's your mic now, but it's super quiet.
How's that?
Much better.
Okay. So they call her, what is this? A TERF. And a TERF is a trans exclusionary radical feminist. So basically, like a lot of her stances have to do with like how, I guess language used by the trans community actually eliminates like a lot of things that have to do with women. So that's kind of always been her stance, and she gets crucified for this shit, bro. Like they basically call her like a trans, and the thing is she's never said like, she's like, I love trans people, like I'm here to support them, but like we have to recognize how certain like language eliminates a lot of like, things about women, right? But yeah, they've been killing her for this shit, yo. Like it's
So wait, what's an example of something she's an advocate of that they don't like?
okay. Let me see here. Uh, okay, so she actually put out like a huge essay that summarized like all her feelings about this. And hold on. So I'm reading it right now. So the first is I have a charitable trust that focuses on alleviating social deprivation in Scotland, with a particular emphasis on women and children. Among other things, my trust supports projects for female prisoners and for survivors of domestic and sexual abuse, etc., etc. It's been clear to me for a while that the new trans activism is having, or is likely to have, a significant impact on many of the causes I support, because it's pushing to erode the legal definition of sex and replace it with gender. The second reason is that I'm an ex-teacher and the founder of a children's charity, which gives me an interest in both education and safeguarding. Like many others, I have deep concerns about the effect the rights movement is having on both. The third is that, as a much banned author, I'm interested in freedom of speech and have publicly defended it, even onto Donald Trump. The fourth is where things start to get truly personal. I'm concerned about the huge explosion in young women wishing to transition, and also about the increasing numbers who seem to be detransitioning, returning to their original sex, because they regret taking steps that have, in some cases, altered their body irrevocably and have taken away their fertility. Some say they decided to transition after realizing they were same sex attracted, and transitioning was partly driven by homophobia, either in society or in their families. Uh, yeah. So basically, like, it was never like yo, I hate trans people thing. It's just like, yo, I'm trying to protect like young women, you know. So,
Yeah, just
which I
terminology and like legal terms. But how does that hinder the movement? Like, does the community who's against her explain why she's detrimental to the cause?
no, they just say fuck her. Literally, that's it. It's just like she hates trans people. Fuck her. Get her the fuck out of here.
All right, so they're paraphrasing quite a bit.
Yeah.
Why do the LGBTQ hate J.K. Rowling? Let's look that up. Oh, J.K. Daniel Radcliffe criticizes J.K. Rowling's
Bro,
anti-transgender tweets.
even her characters, dog.
What?
Even her characters, like, because he literally played Harry Potter.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what I mean.
like,
Transgender women are women, Mr. Radcliffe wrote in a blog post. Any statement to the contrary erases the identity and dignity of transgender people. I get what she means now. Sex versus gender. Okay. Ooh, this is... Ooh. Okay, any thoughts, guys?
I want to know
only-
Deji, how you been? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Missed
Oh.
you, bro. Hey,
hey man,
Yeah, let us know first.
all right.
Yeah.
Just been out here. Omicron.
okay. Just want to see how
Yeah.
you're up to. I see you on playing COD with FJ once in a while,
Yeah, man.
but you're looking fresh.
Thanks, bro. You too, man. I liked your what is that? Like a sweater or a polo
Yeah.
shirt?
When
When I think about you,
I touch my elf.
Nice. But yeah, like my
Yeah.
only there's a couple of like different elements to this, right? Because a lot of people, when I was researching this, I saw that one of the um I think the girl who played, because she put out a book called Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, right?
Okay.
And the girl who played Hermione actually spoke out in defense of J.K. Rowling, but due to backlash, retracted her statement. So I think all of this shit is just everyone trying to save face.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to bet you there's at least a number of people that are like, JK is actually kind of making some sense, but I want to keep all my deals. I want to keep all my movie gigs, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of nuance in what she's saying. She's not saying like, fuck trans people.
Yeah,
She's
not
saying,
at all.
I want to protect women. These are causes that are very important to me. There's literal cases that I know of girls transitioning and then detransitioning back and altering their body irrevocably, like No one is talking about all of that. They're just saying, "Fuck J.K.
Yeah,
Rowling."
they're taking it at face value. Again, I didn't read into this beyond what I was just exposed to just now into your reading, and then the New York Times article that I just pulled up here. I'm pulling it up as an example of Daniel Radcliffe criticizing J.K. Rowling's anti-transgender tweets. So, based on your summary, it's just a matter of her defining the word woman with sex, like the sex of a person, versus the community using the word woman as the gender of a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, do we kind of understand that?
Yeah, I think so.
And it looks like a lot of the programs she's already been, putting forward to like help women. It's not even about the movement, because yeah, I mean, like if it's transgender, like in the word itself, it's about people transitioning from gender to gender, and all her programs are based on the sex of the person, which is the anatomy based on when they were born, and the livelihood, like probably the livelihood that they were exposed to, that's put them in this predicament of domestic violence or whatever it is, like recovery and abuse and whatever. So I did not know any of that. I just thought, oh, is she anti-transgender? Oh, okay. Well, then I see why people are mad at her. But I didn't really like read into that. But
And
now,
that's the thing.
yeah.
That's like another thing too. Like, there's so many of these people that are just jumping on the fucking bandwagon. No one has done any research. They just see J.K. Rowling is transphobic. Oh, word? Fuck Harry Potter.
Right. Yeah.
So there is another part to this
Okay.
where so in Scotland, is it Scotland or England? It's Scotland, and like if a girl gets raped by a person with a penis, and that person says, I identify as a woman, they'll be tried as a woman and not a man.
Whoa.
So what it sounds
But it's
like,
still rape, though. Is it
it's
not?
still rape,
Yeah.
but they would be tried, or I haven't read much of this. They will record rapes by offenders with male genitalia as being committed by a woman.
Okay.
So I don't know, like, do women get off easier on rape charges on another woman? Is
I
that
mean,
a thing?
I don't
haven't read
even-
into it.
From what I know, isn't it like the terminology like sexual assault, and there's like degrees of that? Like, I don't think it actually makes too much of a difference on the anatomy. It's based off of like the
degree.
the victim, like what's happening to the victim. It doesn't really matter on the perpetrator, right?
But if anything, if there's a reason she's in the news right now, it stemmed from that and it spiraled into other stuff. And it's like Deji said, no one's really reading into what she's saying. If they're just calling her a bitch,
Yeah.
there's a lot more to it than that. Like, you imagine just a dude go rape person and be like, hey, but I'm actually a girl.
And like,
Well, has there actually been a case, or like anything? Is there an example of that where someone transgender committed sexual assault towards?
Good question, FJ. I don't know.
I felt maybe that you based that information on like some example. It's fine. It's fine.
But it's a possibility. Like, it must be happening, or there must be some reason they've implemented this.
Yeah, that clause or
them
something,
as
right?
Yeah, charge them or record it as being done by a woman if they identify as a woman. Oh.
So Mike said mob mentality, yeah, and Tony
Yeah,
in
usually
chat
is.
says wokeism is the downfall of Western civilization, totally self-inflicted.
and this is the thing, like, I think if people really sat down and just like observed her and her like history and just how she's dealt with people, it's like, I don't think this woman hates trans people. You know, I think she can empathize with their struggle and shit. I just think she's trying to like compartmentalize, you know?
Well, it's
And
very
it's just the fact that Sorry.
Go ahead. The fact that
It's just the fact that this is obviously someone that is a very sophisticated thinker,
yeah.
and like obviously she knows like she has a right to want to like as an author and as this very successful author. I think she has some like right to, you know, like have an opinion on something that she cares about. You know, because like people who are good with words, like they're not just saying dumb shit. Like they've obviously thought it through. You know. So I just feel like because she's such an articulate person and people are just like bashing her, I don't think there's really any room for conversation when it comes to the subject matter. You know? Like
Well,
we already saw with the Chappelle shit, and
that's
he
what I
was
was
using
gonna refer
humor.
to. Chappelle, yeah, it's his material, and it's like he's got like the scapegoat that it's comedy, but what is because she's not using it as material for people to consume in jest that
And I would even say like,
you know.
sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It's just yeah. I was gonna be maybe she's the Dave Chappelle of authors, but it's not. She's not because this is actually like stuff she's officially and like formally advocating, not just putting it on a comedy special where people can find it funny or not and take what and every time he puts it on a comedy special, there's like I'm gonna say 80% of his material we kind of adopt to think that he's being honest and like genuine with what he actually thinks, right? But because it's in the umbrella of comedy, it's always left to interpretation. People, do you take it seriously or not? But because J.K. Rowling she's not even writing fiction or anything. These are just her statements in public as if she's representing, her projects, her current projects already. Then it's taken with more weight, like it's taken with more like official, I don't know, circumstances or something.
You know, I low key wish she would be like, it was just a tweet.
Right?
Yeah, because like I would say people hate her. Like the backlash with her is like way worse than Chappelle.
Well, yeah. It
She's
feels
backing it up.
She doesn't have.
She's
She
passionate
doesn't.
about it.
Yeah, she doesn't even have like all her defenders. Like Chappelle has all his fans kind of like support
got
him, so no,
nobody.
and everyone's kind of just ditching her. He's like, oh, she's already taking that stance. Ditch. What's up, Sharon?
Hello.
We're talking about J.K. Rowling right now.
Oh. My camera.
Are you aware?
And I
Of...
saw new Fantastic Beasts movies coming out.
Oh yes.
Is it? Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, I'm down for that.
I want to see that too.
Is she affiliated with that?
Yeah, she wrote the book.
Oh, she wrote that too. Okay, cool. Do you think
But
people are
she's
gonna
not
boycott
affiliated
that?
with it. Huh?
You think people will boycott that because of her affiliation?
Not the movie.
With the story? Okay.
Not the movie, but just like her name's not attached to any of this shit.
Yeah. I just can't believe, they're not even attaching it all to the promotion for the whole Harry Potter series, which is obviously... Oh, they boycotted the movie because of Johnny Depp. Which, again, wasn't
What did
Johnny
what
Depp
did Johnny
wrongfully...
Depp do?
Well, he was under trial with his girlfriend at the time.
Oh, come on,
Who?
son.
Yeah.
Everyone. Oh my goodness.
What was the trial for? What happened? I missed.
So his ex, but his girlfriend at the time, accused him of assault, and like it came back. At least the rebuttal was she was actually the abusive one. Like she was the one who was assaulting him, but she was using her, I guess, female status to look like the victim, and it came around to bite her. But I don't remember what the verdict was.
And they're still boycotting the movie.
Well, no, that was then. That was the second Fantastic Mr. Beast, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
because
movie
he's not in the
anymore.
new one.
Yeah, he's not in the new one now because of that.
Didn't they kill him?
Because of that? Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, that's what I heard.
Life is crazy.
This cancel culture is nutty.
Bro.
Verdict. Let's see
But to be fair, I do like their replacement. He's one of my favorite actors.
All right, guys. Just so you know, Johnny Depp scores big win over Amber Heard as judge rejects her bid to throw out his defamation suit. Johnny Depp's 2-year-old defamation lawsuit against his ex-wife Amber Heard will not be dismissed. Oh, so he went back? Oh, yeah, because obviously it affected his career, right? Huge.
Oh.
And so he countered with a defamation lawsuit towards her. And she, I guess, opted for it to be dismissed, but they did not dismiss it. So yay, good job, nice job, John.
Oh, you thought? Just gonna lie on my name, ruin
Okay,
my career?
I'm gonna ask a question
Yeah.
here that I mean I know my stance on it. If you guys, I'm just curious, but are sex and gender the same thing for you? Like, how would you define it? Are sex and gender the same thing?
Well,
Don't answer. You're trying to get us all canceled.
no.
This is the last BrackCast episode.
My understanding of this was like severely limited like a couple of years ago. That's when like the conversation really started to happen in society, I guess. So to my understanding, sex is your biological XXXY chromosome. Gender is a societal construct that, you know, allocates roles to like people or whatever. So in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I always thought they were the same thing, but then like someone just was like, "What? No, they're not." To me, like a couple years ago, and I was like, "What? Really?"
Well, yeah, because when we filled out forms, they were kind of interchangeable all the time, whether or not they ask you for your gender or your sex, or in your passport or whatever. We kind of always deemed them the same meaning then. But now, since the biological part has now been able to be separated from what you identify as psychologically, then now they're different. You know? No? Are they? Why the face one?
right. One is created by society, one is nature or whatever.
It's just wild to me. That's all. Like you said, like growing up, sex and gender were always kind of synonymous, right? They were just the same word with a different amount of syllables. But I get it now. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm with what Deji defined. Sex is biological. Gender is society constructing stuff like time.
I wouldn't even say society created gender either, because that before all this transgender movement, there were males out there who felt that they were women, and there were women out there who felt that they were men, like, you know, inside, even though biologically, by anatomy, they're not. They still identified as it, and they had to, you know, be in the closet or whatever. They had to hide it, and they've associated themselves, or sort of like assimilated themselves with society, so they wouldn't be reprimanded and abused. But now it's like, okay, well, now you guys can be open about it, and that's a good thing. I think the transgender movement is a good thing, LGBTQ, but it doesn't change the sex. And this is I think a stance too that I had watched a lot of Ben Shapiro, who is also not in the greatest light with the community, but when he talks about his stance, I feel like he actually aligns with what we just said. Like, gender and sex are different. And then if it's going to be a matter of, like, you know, how do we treat someone, I think there's a certain level, there's a respect in terms of having to address somebody based on how they want to be identified as, and that's their gender. But then when you're coming up with things like washrooms, or like, you know, safety things in terms of relationships with children or whatever, or age or whatever, then that's the tricky part now that society is trying to balance. Is it a gender issue or is it a sex issue? You know what I'm saying?
Or is it purely just your anatomy?
I kind of land on the anatomy part. I kind of do.
I thought gender was like derived from biological sex. I thought that's what gender meant.
Well,
So-
is transsexual and transgender the same thing? I don't think so, right?
Sorry?
Transsexuals and transgender, they're not the same thing now, right? Either. Like, a
That one hurts my
transgender
brain.
is a man or a woman who identifies as the opposite, but a transsexual had operations, right? Isn't that right? Like, modifications?
No idea.
I think the operation is just considered transitioning.
the operation is transitioning.
That's what they. I mean, that's what it's.
Well, it's post-op,
Yeah,
pre-op. People say post-op, pre-op. I think it's part of the nomenclature,
Sorry, I just laughed because of the amount of trans in that sentence
right?
or in this conversation.
And
How many
they're
trans words can we come up with?
and they're on the transitioning
Yeah.
while they're driving a car with their transmission. Tony in chat says identity politics never ends well. At some point, no one is safe from the leftist woke crowd until they all eat themselves. There should be no issues with people identifying with whatever they want. I agree. The issue is when people are forced and compelled to accept their truth rather than the truth, especially when you force pronouns to be used. Yeah, I feel like Tony kind of sees the same kind of eye to eye with what we're saying too. That it's when other people's kind of self-association or self-identification starts to like, it's forced on everyone else to kind of adopt. I feel like it's going to continue to be an issue that like law is going to have to kind of like be rewritten to address it, you know?
Do you know in this conversation would be considered transphobic?
This conversation is considered to be transphobic?
Yeah.
Would it be?
Why would it be transphobic?
Just because like, and no, this is not even me. This is just like me like listening to like key words that you're saying that someone in the outrage business would immediately latch on and be like,
Oh yeah,
that's transphobic.
I'm ready for it.
You know? That's just what I mean. It's such a volatile subject matter.
Yeah, I was like talking to Mike about this in the car, and I was like, it's good that this is a private conversation because I don't want to be hired or I don't want any conflict like that.
Okay, Mike said, I think to help figure it out, it's important to ask why they want it. I think for trans people, they want the changes because they want to feel safe. I guess, I mean, yeah, it's a very broad statement. I want to know what changes they want and how does it affect their safety specifically, because it can't just be everything. You can't all of a sudden just be like, if you like, when you look at gay and lesbians, some of them look like they'll still be out in society. A gay person might still show themselves to be a man, or a gay person might show themselves to be transsexual and look like a woman. And you have it in the other end too. Lesbians can still maybe, look more like Portia, or lesbians can look more like Ellen, or you have lesbians that look like Ellen Page, now Elliot Page. You know what I mean? Like there's degrees of it too. So it's like, do you make one enveloping like change to generalize the entire law? But I don't think you can, because there's still even a spectrum of that of that community too. Mike said, well, think about why they would want a different washroom system, because there's a chance of violence in traditional washrooms. Oh yeah, I'm for like everyone gets a single stall. Like, isn't that what people like? I don't like what is it? Yeah, everyone just gets a single. I mean, that's infrastructure. That's not law. You just change the building to have individual like rooms, private washrooms.
Are you saying one gigantic room with a bunch of different stalls, or you still have a male, female, and then a different room?
Like
Well, now
gender
they have like the stalls aren't stalls; they're actually rooms. But where you wash your hands is like group, like an open thing for everyone. It's not even private anymore. But the actual toilet area is in a separate room with a door and a lock up the block.
Are the walls transparent?
Trans. I see what you did there.
Oh shit, that wasn't even on purpose.
Oh no! Oh, you did it. You didn't even know you said trans.
Deji, they're translucent.
Wow, that wasn't even on purpose.
They're transition walls, so they change depending if someone's in there or not. Like it goes to opaque. But yeah, I get it. No, I mean, there's a specific example that I think can be very well easily addressed. And And yeah, if the facility that, let's say, has not been updated, where they still have a male washroom and a female washroom, that's the difficulty now. It's like, okay, well, who's to be persecuted here? Like the establishment, the person making the decision based on what they identify, they're gonna go to, I guess you would use the handicap washroom where it's always private anyway. I don't know. Not to say that it's a handicap. I'm not saying that. I didn't say that.
But yeah, JK, man, do you think she'll ever come back from this?
Yeah. She still makes.
She care?
She's still writing. Well, I mean, I wonder. Yeah, it must have affected her sales somehow. It must have affected her profitability.
I mean, she's balling, yo. Like she was a billionaire at one point. She isn't anymore, but I'm sure she's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that she's fine, but if it still affects her productivity, it had an effect where it shouldn't have an effect. That's what I'm saying. Someone's used to making millions, and all of a sudden she's only making, half or 60-70% of that. Because of this, it's still a change. You can't just ignore that. Oh, he's fine, but
all she has to do is, it was just a tweet.
Yeah, but
or my name's not actually JK, it's BK.
Or it's like, obviously, I'm just kidding. It's JK.
I was trowling this whole time.
Just kidding. Trolling. Okay.
It all
Okay.
depends on
Oh, wow,
what
is that what
you say to
JK
me.
means?
Just kidding.
I just always thought that meant joke.
Oh, JK,
Oh,
JK.
this is-
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's just kidding, dude. Yeah. Really?
Oh no!
You making that up too,
Your
or are we
whole
talking about?
Mine is blown. Or like
Your whole life.
joking.
Oh, it's
joke.
Joanne. Her name is Joanne. What's her middle name?
Wow, it's just kidding, eh?
Karen,
JK.
Joanne
I guess I knew
Karen.
that.
Is it Karen? No way.
No, I'm guessing. I'm guessing. Tell me.
I'm
That's
looking
my
it up.
guess.
I'm looking it up.
Survey
Oh,
says-
Kathleen.
Fuck.
Joanne Kathleen Rowling.
Shows you how much I know about this topic.
So, like, JK is an example of a childhood figure that I would say a large part of society used to feel one way about when they were younger. Now they feel differently about her. We can look at two other figures that this is also true for: Santa Claus and Jesus. Christmas.
Nice.
Jeez.
Nice segue there, bro.
How you like that segue?
Oh my goodness. Mind blown.
You like that?
Way to transfer the subject.
Dime. That's a dime.
I mean-
Okay. So, all right. I'll follow that. Cause I don't know if I want to teach my kid about Santa. What do you guys think?
Wait, have you heard about
do that either.
Have you heard about Elf on the Shelf?
What's that? I've
That's a
heard
new
that sounds like something.
It's a new thing. You pay $40 for this like tiny little elf, and you put it in random spots every day leading up to Christmas, and you tell your kid, "Did you see it? Is there an elf in the house?" And then the whole point of this is to find the elf every night, and then, "Mom, I found it." "Oh, okay, good. We'll put it away. We'll make sure we'll hide it." And then, as a parent, you go put it somewhere else, and then the kid's supposed to find, like, "Oh, the elf is out! Whoa!" Oh, it's supposed to be this magical elf that always moves at night and never during the day. And there's just like the whole video or movie to go along with it to kind of trick the kid or teach the kid that, hey, there's a
that's
magical
real.
elf.
Okay.
That Santa's real and the magical elf moves at night to see what you're up to. I don't know what the story is. But apparently $40 for
Wait a
this little thing
second.
that's
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Elf on the Shelf. You're gonna see it on Instagram, I'm sure. I'm sure there's some parents around you that have been using Elf on the Shelf with their kids.
I saw. Didn't you post something with like? They showed a plate with like chicken bones shaped like the skeleton of an elf with like a little elf hat, and then Santa left a note for the kids like, "Thank you, kids. The elf was delicious." And it was like, "I'll eat the cookies for dessert." And then it was supposed to freak out the kids.
Oh,
I mean, I can
no
see
idea.
that.
Was
I
that
can
me?
see that. I thought, or maybe I just saw it from one of the other posts, then it just like went on to the next one. Yeah, I saw 5 chicken bones, 6 chicken bones. One was the head, and then they put like a little elf hat on the head, and then the chicken bones are made like a stick man on a plate, and they're all eaten. And the elf was...
I don't remember where the elf on the shelf stemmed from, but I'm wondering if it was just to reinforce Santa. That's all.
Yeah, that sounds like it would. And I don't like that stuff, man. Like, I don't know. So you were saying, Deji, you would not also teach Santa to your kids?
I would teach them. Okay, so I literally just learned this. So I knew like they called Santa Claus Saint Nick, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. He was actually named after this motherfucker, Saint Nicholas.
Saint Nicholas? Yeah. Is that from Russia or something?
He's from Turkey.
Turkey, okay.
Close enough.
So he had a legendary habit of secret gift giving and gave rise to the traditional model of Santa Claus. Interesting, because I did not know that.
Good old Saint Nick.
Wow. So he was actually a literal person, and his death was on December 6th. And I guess
Oh, did they say the
Close
year?
enough.
Yeah.
So it's the ghost
So
of
hold
Saint
on.
Nick it's giving gifts now to these kids?
So where did the 25th come from? I'm gonna look that up. Why December 25th?
Well, I think because that lines up with Jesus' birth,
Commemorating
isn't it?
Yeah, but like, you hear that that's not actually the day.
Okay, let's look it up. Why is Christmas on December 25th? Let's look that up. Let's pull that up here, guys. This is example.
Yeah, there are at least 3 possible origins for the December date. The Roman Christian historian dated Jesus' conception to March 25th, which after 9 months in his mother's womb would result in a December 25th birth.
Okay.
Yeah. The Emperor Constantine made Christianity the effective religion of the empire in Rome, and Rome began formally celebrating Christmas on December 25th in 336 AD.
I just got that.
So yeah, man. I mean, this is just shit that people just made up, yo.
What's up, Tom?
Hey. Just made up a date.
We're talking about Santa.
But yeah, I would just what's up, Tom? I would just teach them like, yo, this is like a popular figure that is, celebrated in Christmas. He's like known for going down chimneys and shit and giving presents to everybody. But check this out. I'm giving you presents. Fuck that motherfucker. I'm giving you the presents.
I feel like I'm gonna adopt whatever my partner is gonna hold like more important, like, because I wouldn't want to, and I'd communicate that. But if they were like passionate about it, or it was a tradition that they can't let go of, then I'll probably like, all right, fine. But I just like to think, if let's say I do find a partner who agrees and like doesn't want to teach Santa, it's like, well, when do you expose that? Because they start talking, their school's gonna do it no matter what. Media's gonna do it no matter what. Like, they're gonna be like saturated with all this media stuff about Santa come December. So what are we gonna say? Be like, okay, I don't want you to tell the other kids that Santa's not real. Just play along, but you know the truth. Like, it seems like a chore to do all that.
What's wrong with that?
I want to do that,
swag.
but I just feel like poor kid, like he has to pretend when all the kids are excited. The kid, like a 3-year-old's gonna pretend in class to be excited with everyone else, even though that person doesn't believe it's real.
Okay, maybe not tell them when they're 3. Maybe like when they're like 6 or something.
Yeah, but at some point, well, there's the thing too, like the transition from from like, because my parents never had an official thing of telling me when Santa wasn't real.
Same.
I just had to kind of like figure it out and then accept it in private, accept it quietly. No one talked to me about it. Same with the Tooth Fairy, and
Yep.
What's up with
I
all
thought
this?
both of them were real.
We don't need this stuff. I don't know. I don't think we need this stuff.
I don't know. I thought it was fun to believe in Santa for a while. I thought it was pretty cool. It's magic.
It's something.
Magic. It's like magic tricks.
Yeah.
Okay,
let kids be
magic
kids.
tricks. Okay, that's a fair point. Part of the entertainment.
True. I guess you don't want to strip away their childhood. Man, Santa's not real. He was just created by a capitalist society. Go out there and live.
It's when the lies start having to be like really hard in their face. No, he's real. I swear on your Lola. Like that's when I would probably have to stop.
Well, it was made for like also disciplinary things of like, oh, you have to be a good girl, you have to be a good boy if you want Santa to give you a good gift. You know, you're not gonna get what you want if you're bad. That whole thing, or like trying to cheat them to be good kids in the holidays.
Not the worst way.
So why don't we get rid of the gifts then?
Right? I'd like to get rid of the. Well, okay.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Because yeah, you're adding this whole commercial aspect to what was once a religious holiday. It was meant for religion, right? That's another part too. But can you? I don't know. Can you stop that commercialism at this point? That's
Money
yeah.
talks.
Yeah.
You know how I stopped it? I stopped coming back to Toronto.
Yeah, just don't hang out with people where you have to give them gifts.
Just isolate every Christmas.
Oh, man.
But really, it gets expensive, bro. Like the flight back on top of driving around rentals and
It's just it's a fucking expensive season, son.
It can be, yeah.
Well, my family.
It can be, yeah, for sure.
Luckily, there's only 5 of us here, but like, we agreed. This was years ago that we would just not give gifts to each other anymore. Like we will spend it together. It would be an occasion for us to get together to eat together, but we would no longer exchange gifts because, for one, it's just forcing us to buy each other a bunch of stuff that we don't need, and it's like if I wanted something, I just go buy it myself now because we're all like self-sufficient.
Give me cash, man. If you give me something, just give me cash.
Yeah, which ends up being just, oh, well, here's a 50, and then hand over the 50, and then hand over 50, and it's just being rotated, and then nothing happens. So it's like, what's the point of handing over anything? Let's just spend the time together, you know?
You know what? I think that, like you said, though, I think it really is just for the kids, right? The whole gift thing, you like to see them all.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the adults, remember when we were kids, man? The adults didn't get gifts, but we all did, and then they were out there playing mahjong and fucking drinking and shit, the lechon and all night long. So I think essentially it's just for the little ones until, like you said, someone breaks that whole it's not real type thing, I guess, depending on how everyone does it.
It's not a bad way to direct a kid's moral compass either. Like when you talk about like teaching kids about what's good or how to be a good person, it's not a bad way to go about it because it's positive reinforcement at that point. Do you want what you want? Do you want what you put on your letter for Christmas? Then you better be a good person, or you should be a good person.
We're still making them write letters then?
I wrote letters until I was like 11 or 12.
And you wrote it to Santa, right?
It said Santa, but I knew where it was going.
Oh, you did? Oh, 11 or 12? Okay, 11 or 12. Yeah, at that age.
Yeah. At that age, I did it so that my brother would do it too. And then I'm like, that's just going to my titas and uncles and stuff. They're going to see what I want.
Oh. No, I think the last letter I wrote was like grade 3. Maybe a little.
And you never wrote again.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I have like a photo of it. I took a picture of it. Sorry, we're gonna jump what the chat said. So Mike did say, just don't have your kids be the kids that ruin it for other kids. Yeah. And Tony, to bring it back to the previous subject, I didn't want to ignore your chat there, man. He says, when talking about violence against transgender, Tom, we were talking about J.K. Rowling and sex versus gender. Tony's saying, when talking about violence against transgender, you need to dig deep into the numbers which no one looks at. 375 transgenders were murdered worldwide in 2021. 70% in Central and South America. Most are black and colored trans women. 58% were sex workers and 43% migrants. Murderers are also mainly blacks and minorities. Yet, the media and politicians' focus is on trans washrooms. It's not the root of the most serious crimes against trans women. violence against trans women is more so a violence against sex worker problem.
Trans women. Wait, did you just say that the most divisive crimes are not in North America?
They're in Central and South America.
Yeah,
which
that's not a surprise to me.
Well, yeah,
I think we're in a better place.
I think what Tony's touching on is like, yes, statistically about like abuse, like actual attacks and murder, which is very serious. I'm not to take away the seriousness of that statistic, but I think the movement is not. I'm not saying it is above that. It's not above that, but it's gone beyond that specific like category. Like people are trying to take it out into like an everyday status that they can like live with.
Isn't that like the point though? Because where we live here, we're not that crazy to just do shit like that, just to kill someone because of their, transgenderism and stuff like that. And to be honest, I'm glad it's only a bathroom problem, I guess, in retrospect, compared to what they have to deal with in other places on the globe. Because you couldn't be transgender for sure in China so well.
Saudi Arabia.
In Africa, in Middle East. I mean, their problems are so archaic. Our problems are very, what they said, it's very social, even though it gets heated. But we're up to this point where the rest of the world is actually behind us on almost every topic that we argue about right now.
Yeah.
You can't be gay in Middle East. You can't be, you can't even be Christian in some of those places, let alone other things. Like there's still slavery around the world.
Yeah.
But not, so it's a good and a bad thing in a way. I just think that it's a shame that just like that statistic said, but it doesn't surprise me that shit happens. A lot of the stuff that we're going to hear happens in all those other places.
And to go over what he said, victims in North America, the perps are people the trans women know, 74%. What I'm saying is random crimes against trans is rare in US and Canada. Whenever there is a case, it gets blown up in the media. Okay, so again, I'm going to say I like the fact that you're referring to statistical like evidence of like murders and deaths, which is very serious. But I think the movement isn't focused on those crimes. It's now like it's just discrimination in general. It's not just crime, and you can't really like quantify discrimination. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't even know about like that sex worker angle, because all I've been hearing is just like outrage from people's comments and shit. Like there's actual physical violence happening. I've heard nothing about that shit. That's literally the first time I've heard that.
Yeah. Like you see it even in like movies too, where they're always kind of anything in like southern states, Mexico border, there's like that whole kind of theme in some of these whenever that area is kind of dealt with, is whether it be drugs in Central South America with like Colombia and Mexico, or like illegal immigration and trying to cross the border, or like the sex work, and a lot of, and it's even
crazy, man.
National Geographic on Instagram posts a lot, not a lot, okay, but enough for me to recognize that they're posting about transgender sex workers from Central America, and like you see photos of them. Like I don't know, it's being featured.
Same thing as like the lady boys in Asia, or that's something totally different? I
wonder, man. Like I was gonna ask, Filipinos,
I don't know.
Are bakla gay people from the Philippines? Do they feel oppressed? Like, do they feel discriminated against?
Lady boys are pretty popular in Asia.
There's a lot of them, and they're like very out. They're out about it. Yeah, they're like they're super out about it. So it does vary, I guess, based on the country and society.
Did you just say baklat?
Bakla, yeah, means a gay.
Oh,
in
is that what that
Tagalog.
means?
Yeah.
Why do people call you that at work?
One of my friends said that in high school, and I never knew what that meant. Just Filipino dude.
You didn't know.
Just
Now
like
you know what I'm
bakla.
saying to you, buddy.
Oh man,
Bakla.
20 years later.
Yeah.
So
She's learned so much on this cast.
it's crazy.
JK.
Oh yeah. I agree, Tony, man. I welcome. I think this open conversation should feel normal, and it shouldn't feel transphobic, and it shouldn't feel like we're
No.
like we have to say it in closed doors or under our breath. Nah, like I like the fact that we should be able to maturely talk about this where it's not, you know, defamation and trying to like discriminate. We're being objective and we're being fair. Like even if we have an opinion that might not align with the movement, it doesn't mean we're being immature about it and we're like being irresponsible about what we're saying. We're actually trying to understand the situation and like make intelligent decisions. Anyway.
Do you feel like most of the outrage comes directly from the trans community or from supporters of the trans community?
Supporters.
I'm gonna say direct. Like that.
Oh yeah.
Like that Abba Preach with that transgender who like reviewed Dave Chappelle, like his special. Why would a supporter fight for something? What do you mean supporter then? What do you mean? Like they're not actually trans?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what virtue signaling is?
Sounds familiar too.
Virtue signaling is basically when you're like, no, you can't say that. That's negative. Like you're a something evil person. Like when someone is online, like talking down to someone else who has like done some bad shit. So the person talking down is like trying to show everyone else, yo, my moral compass is like unfallible type thing. But they're just kind of like signaling for attention. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sort of validation from their cause, not actually affects them.
I mean, isn't it possible right now? You're gonna post this. Anything we say here, someone could get offended from what one of us could
That's
say.
what I was saying
Eventually.
earlier.
Yeah.
Right? And I
I'm ready.
know I say some stuff, so I welcome it.
So the reason I brought that up is because, like, I'll give you an example. The Dave Chappelle special, the lady that was staging, or sorry, it was a transgender woman that was staging the walkout. They pulled up tweets from years ago where she was shitting on Asian people.
Oh, and gay guys and everything.
So it's like, yo, fam, like, you know, like, what is it?
Rationale, she should kick herself off.
So she's just a
I feel
bandwagon
like there's
rider
a lot
too?
of that happening.
Okay.
You know, which is human nature.
Facebook. She's got some really harsh stuff, which it don't bother me that she said about Asians. But if you want to go down that right, well, I guess you should reprimand yourself because she said some. I thought it was funny, and this is like 8 years ago. But see, I can handle it. But she equated it to like being at that point in time a drug-infused depression state. But I thought other people who don't believe with your values, that doesn't apply to them. You know, you don't know what you did 10 years ago. You know, and then you could change.
Yeah.
You could change. I don't know. Like you could change. So
it's like pulling up what Kevin Hart said about his kid in Dollhouse.
That is considered bad now. I know I have. And I've had friends tell me these jokes of all races and colors. But I mean, that was 10 years ago. Like, are we going to crack those jokes now in public? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah. But it's possible it's out there. I don't know.
Yo, War, you mentioned too, or you linked that ABBA and that other guy about the N-word, the N-bomb, right? And I do remember you were quite liberal with the word before too. Has your practice changed at all?
Oh,
in the last since moving out there? Or is it like what was the adjustment?
Don't say it.
No, yeah, but like what prompted it though? Because it was so comfortable because it felt like it was part of the culture, right? Like the music that we, But now, why? What was it? What was the influence?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Just don't do it.
Just don't do it anymore.
I'm not in a place to use such slurs and such.
Better safe than sorry.
What I think we can all like agree, like when we were at a younger age or whatever, the culture was definitely different, and there was things that we were saying then that we couldn't have said now. Like I think I was telling you guys another podcast ago, like I don't think they could make Rush Hour now.
No,
but I wish they would. But I wish they would.
Yeah.
There's a quote where he's like, "Yo, I'm tall, dark, and handsome, and you're third world ugly." I was like, "Yo, he cannot say that."
Yeah,
I don't think a movie like that would emphasize the relationship. It's just like I was watching this thing about the whole Pulp Fiction thing. Everyone knows Pulp Fiction. Remember with the beep storage, between Jules and thing. But everyone in that movie, black and all, said, no, this isn't racist because we're trying to show the relationship between Jules and, his white friend, that they could say that behind closed doors, which in the movie is his house. So if that was said, that's the relationship. But I think people might just, like you said, maybe not even care about what the context is and say, oh, well, the N-word, and then that's it. Like what that.
Like if I'm doing a cover of a rap song or a song, and it's in the lyrics, I'm going to say it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, why? And some people are right. I heard about that too. And they got
the Black Eyed Peas song. I didn't even know there were N-words.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't know that
she
either.
Read the lyric, and I don't think it was the hard R, but it was that A. So I thought it'd be okay. She said, but she was just saying the lyrics. She wasn't even. And then someone got offended. I'm like, but you listen to this band too.
Yeah.
That's why you guys all picked this song. That's why I didn't understand like everyone said, what song should we pick? And then they all agreed to this song. Every student in that class said, we'll pick this Black Eyed Peas song. So they all know this song.
And then she Googled it and didn't realize it was explicit.
And so she was saying it, like, how when a music teacher does every line, and then that's when they accentuate where you breathe and how to say and transverse into the next line, So she was quoting the lyric. And then the one girl got offended that she said the N-word, but you guys all picked this song. And you guys chose to sing this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand where. So she got suspended, but I think they brought her back because it's like,
oops. Yeah, she could just apologize for the mistake, but but she shouldn't even have to apologize. But I bet you she did.
She should,
but I bet you she did. Yeah.
She didn't refuse to apologize. She just said, I didn't choose the song. I made them choose the song, and then I was going through the lyrics. And a music teacher would say all the lyrics in a song, as far as I know, unless things have changed. She didn't sing it. She was just quoting it right now. So why they picked that song, up to them, who knows? But why that one student was offended and felt that her safe space was broken. It was like, man, you were there when they all picked the song. Why didn't you say anything before?
I'm just glad it wasn't a Future song or something.
Tony's saying...
Man, no kidding. And don't these people listen to Drake? Isn't Drake like the one?
That's what I'm saying. I did a cover of his where it's like, I'm just saying you could do like... Fuck that, that, and I sang that anyway. So Tony in chat saying Joe Biden referred to Satchel Paige as a Negro a month ago in a speech. Is what's wrong with the word Negro? Is that politically incorrect now? Is it like Oriental?
I think
is Oriental politically incorrect?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, you can't say Oriental anymore. Apparently,
I don't know why, but I'm bringing it back.
Yeah. There used to be a restaurant called Oriental Delight. It doesn't exist anymore.
But Oriental is a subtype of Asia because there's different types of Asians.
The Orient. Yeah, the Orient, right?
Orient, right?
And
then you could go to the other part of the... So, I don't know where it came from. It's probably some white person.
I'm gonna look... Why was Oriental...
You know what's interesting about this? You just had one of the biggest streamers on Twitch get banned for saying the C word. Like Hassan Piker, Hasanabi. He, like
CUNT.
Like, no, like Ritz.
Oh, like, what?
What?
Yeah, apparently you can't say that, depending on how you use it.
Wait,
if you're doing it.
Am I getting the word
Ritz,
wrong?
like the food. Like,
yeah. What?
Yeah.
Like Breton.
What? He called somebody that, like in chat or whatever, or it might have been just somebody like he was reviewing a TikTok, and then I can't remember what happened, but he said that and got banned for 7 days. Now the reason this is funny to me is because at some point, even I'm so scared to say the word Karen nowadays because chances are someone's gonna get offended by me calling someone a Karen for funsies, and even though Karen's a name, they're gonna take it the wrong way.
Oh,
you know what I mean? God. Like. At some point, a lot of these words will just turn into everything's offensive. Like I think I don't know which comedian it was, but I remember. Are we in a point where like everyone's just sensitive to everything? Like this sucks.
Big brother.
You guys know Elon Musk, right? He got awarded Man of the Year.
Okay.
Right, and anybody know who Elizabeth Warren is? She's a senator from the States. Anyway, Elon Musk called this old lady a Karen, and then the senator said, it's funny that a white man is taking a word that was apparently created by black people, and that's cultural appropriation. I'm like, really? What the? You guys are stretching here now. I don't even know where it came from.
I don't know where Karen came from.
I don't know either.
It's too much.
We should. Don't worry. We could just change the name. So
Quit being a Susie.
Yeah, exactly.
Keisha?
Quit being a Sharon.
I don't think someone popular like Ariana.
Wow.
A Warren.
Fucking name.
A Warren.
Yeah.
There ain't no black
I
Karens? Yes, there are, Tony. What are you talking about?
What a joke. Hey Tony, where are you from, bro? So
yeah, where are
curious.
you from, Tony?
I mean,
Sorry,
you
we're
don't have
not
to
we're not
answer.
calling you out,
That's
Tony.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious if you
keep saying
like,
Tony.
you had all this like stuff. Stats
Yeah, are
and
you
everything in
like
the world.
T dot ish? Are you like? I kind of feel like he's from Toronto
Country's
ish.
fine. Don't say city. That's point. That's
Is he
really-
Canadian?
No, Toronto's huge. GTA. Karen's always associated with suburban white women, but
Yeah.
no. Wasn't there?
And I can look up black Karens right now. Just Google it. There's tons
Yeah,
of black
there's
Karens.
tons, and like the
I
restaurant
know
chick
Karen who's
who was
black.
like who got pissed off about the dog, like the
Oh,
PTSD
yeah.
dog, the PTSD dog in the restaurant. That was a black woman.
The PTSD
They referred to
dog?
her.
Like the
Yeah,
CNI
somebody
dog?
brought in a PTSD dog into a restaurant, and this lady got really pissed off about it. Like, you can't have a dog in the restaurant.
What's a PTSD dog?
Like a comfort dog. Like, it's a thing now where if somebody starts to have like palpitations or their heart rate starts to race or start going into anxiety, the dog knows how to react and like calm it down.
And help also like call for help when they know that like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it has
beyond
all that
silly.
info and all that.
Cool.
And yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing I hate about that scenario is that there's a lot of people buying fake fucking PST fucking patches to put on their fucking dogs and then carry them anywhere. I think that's
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the
That's also a
handicap things on cars where they it's gone
going
for
on right now, and that bothers me now. Why people are going to start questioning it is it's going to happen because people ruin it for the real people.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just thinking about something else that I don't know, probably everyone here might have said at some point, like the F word.
What do you mean?
Fish?
The F word. The
Like
big F
Fun?
Flip?
Yeah, like I didn't know that could refer to gay people till like years later.
Oh, the big F word. Got it.
Oh,
Okay, I
you
got you.
I mean the GOT with the F in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, I found that out like years.
Wait,
later. I was
you
like,
didn't
oh,
wait, you
I
didn't
thought-
know that was what?
I didn't know that that was like a homophobic slur. I just thought it was something you called an idiot. You know, that's, like in grade
Yeah,
school, like grade 4, because I came to this country like
right.
and started at grade 4, and all the fucking kids were saying that shit.
Yeah, I remember hearing that in elementary school.
Yeah,
But I never
but
used
in
it.
England they still use that word. Well, not really with the
Yeah.
GOT, just the first
Just
three.
yeah, I heard that.
That represents cigarettes where they come from.
Mm-hmm.
But
So I
then,
don't know.
like, I heard that the reason it's offensive is because, I guess they used to like burn gay people or something like that. And when you put a group of cigarettes together and like light them on fire, like it had something to do with that. Like,
Damn.
like, you know,
I thought,
people were
I
saying-
thought that was
yeah,
like a bundle of sticks.
yeah, or something like that. You know,
I don't know if that's
Oh.
true, but that's what I heard when I was a kid. That's what it really means.
Okay.
It's just like gay used to mean happy, and then it just got switched.
Oh yeah.
You know, like no one's gonna
Yeah.
name their kid Gaylord anymore. Well, except
Except
Gaylord Pop.
Filipinos. Yeah.
remember when Little B had the album named "I'm Gay"?
Yeah.
Lil B.
Like I mean, it used to be. It used to mean happy. So
Yo, so it is a bundle of sticks, and it used
It
to
is,
be a
really?
unit. It used to be a
Okay.
unit for volume.
okay.
What?
There you
What's,
go.
Yeah,
what's the
yeah.
symbol?
See, I remember that in grade
It's a stick man like this. I'm sorry.
Cancel
A
it.
symbol for volume.
Cancel.
Yeah. Like everything
That's
came
crazy.
from a normal word, and it just got used as like a slang term. I think in a lot of the words we're talking about right now.
That's
Okay.
so sick.
Flipstar, have you read Will Wheaton's criticism of Dave Chappelle and his trans joke show? Anybody?
Oh shoot.
Nope.
Will Wheaton's criticism of Dave Chappelle. None of us here.
No.
Will Wheaton's big shit, but this guy has a slur in his name.
What? Who?
A what?
We were talking about Flip.
Oh, Flipstar.
Yeah.
Is that a slur? I
mean,
never
isn't-
once took it as a
used to
slur.
be. It
I
used
never.
to be. So
Okay.
in the Philippines, apparently, I could be wrong, but I heard like when American soldiers were in that area, they would be like, "Look at that fucking Flip over there," and it meant fucking little island people.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't they just call them now fobs? I don't know. Fuck that.
Yeah, but then
That's a big thing.
it's also
is
the
anyone from
Philippines,
over.
right? Like, and it
Yeah.
was Filipino. I thought it's like
Yeah.
a short form of that.
Well,
I
the
heard
Philippine Islands, it stands for, it came from King Philip. Right?
What? I didn't know that. What?
Yeah, Philippine Islands is from King Philip II.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flip, sorry, I got you. Do you, man?
He's had this. nickname
Do
for
you, bro?
decades.
You
I
got
feel
it.
like I know who you are, but I don't want to say just in case I'm wrong. But
I get
I
it.
know
Star
you,
Flip.
right? I know you, right? Anyway, if you do know me on a personal, and then I know who you are, but I wasn't sure.
That came from King Philip. That just blew my fucking mind.
Okay, got you. Okay, I know who you are. All right, cool. That's who I thought. Okay, cool.
Some white dude.
Because Philippines was part of Spain, but King Philip was also the king of Portugal and all that stuff. But that's
Okay.
what Philip's Islands.
Yeah, I heard the Pinoy was a slur.
What?
Pinoy?
No.
you're
I
mistaken.
said that to some Filipino dude. He got like mad at me, but then he
Okay.
was
Oh.
like joking,
Oh, it's 'cause-
so I didn't know if he was serious.
Because you're
He's
not
not born
Flip.
Was he born in Canada?
Yeah.
Uh,
Pinoy. Oh my God.
yes.
We're getting. It's just like I just discovered something 2 days ago. I didn't know there was a term called Latinx.
Latin X.
Yeah, I read, and then
Is that not a type of porn?
Black
what-
and it's called. People are using the term Latinx, and I've never noticed it before. But then he started using all these debates of Democratic politicians using the term Latinx. I'm like, oh my God, Latinx. And then all these Latinos are saying, you know what? Don't worry about offending us because we want to be called Latinos or Hispanics. So don't worry about it, white people. It's just like, wow, Latinx. That's a new one I just learned 2 days ago. Latinx is the new term. And I'm just like, who's making all these words up?
Is that just a term that encompasses all kind of Latin American people?
That's the
Well,
weirdest
next, I
thing.
imagine it could be O, it could be an A.
Did you just read the chat?
The people
Yeah,
who
yeah.
are using the term Latinx, they tend to be more of the LGBTQ, like they want to identify
Oh.
as Latinx and not Latino or Latina. What does it
Oh,
matter? But,
I got
but
you. I got you.
majority
Well,
of Latinos,
like it's in the
because
language. Like there's masculine, feminine. I get it. I guess.
the Latin language has masculine and feminine. There's no way around it because my ex-girlfriend is a French teacher and she's accepted this kid who's non-binary.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, right? But then she's teaching her that, like certain words are masculine and feminine. And you know what this kid said? Well, I don't go by gender. Yeah, but you're not the language.
Right.
That's what.
Well,
You
here's
know,
the thing, man. Like, okay, that's one thing. Vestido, which is dress in Spanish, is masculine.
Mhm.
But I mean, now your gender, your gen. What's the word? What's the verb for gender? You're
Genderizing?
genderizing. you're adding gender to language, which I think is weird in itself too. Like,
Like words can't be gendered. Like I don't. That's where they're making it kind of confusing for us to understand. Like you could choose to be non-binary. I have no problem with that. But why does everything around like they're trying to make their cats non-binary too and everything like that? Like as if a cat is really gonna. Care.
You're gonna
It's
have
find
like
what it wants, I guess. And
Nature has its natural non-binary
Yeah,
shit. There's shit out there that's gender neutral in nature already.
oh yeah, some frogs are asexual, right? And all that stuff for sure. But to say that you won't like, how are you gonna tell words are feminine or not feminine when it's not even
oh my god,
makes
gonna
no
look that
sense.
I've got
I'm
got
learning
two
so much.
things.
I'm learning so
Gender
much.
neutral.
Yeah.
well, two things. One, frick. So Tony's going off. So rule of thumb:
Yeah.
back when I lived in Indonesia, I had an Australian teacher who taught us about rule of thumb, told us where it came from, and she was holding a meter stick in her hand,
Yeah.
telling us this is rule of thumb.
Yeah.
No one fucked with her. She was a good teacher. Oh, picnic. Good job, Tony. What was the other thing? Something else came out of
Apparently,
that.
yeah,
We're gonna have the new meta is gonna be freaking having like classic French, gender neutral French.
Yo,
That's
yeah,
nice.
dude, it's
I
gonna
don't
be.
think it'll work.
It'd be a lot
it feels
easier
so
to
bad.
speak. Is there though? It like I don't even. From
I
what I
see it
remember from-
happening. After this talk, everything that Tom just said, I'm just like, yo, that's
Yeah.
not
won't be.
out of the realms of possibility.
No, but dude,
now.
but from learning the language, I actually don't see a purpose in having like a gender on the language at all. Like I don't see
Yeah,
a
but it
purpose
wasn't.
at all.
But it was developed that way. Like it's not like they just said it because we have to have. That's
I
just the
know,
way it's
and
developed.
you're not gonna
So I
change
wouldn't
the
change
language.
it.
I know.
It's just that we can change English or Arabic or Chinese. So you might as well start down all that. You know,
Oh,
like
well, that's what they're trying already, man. Like people can't be using he, she's, and hers and his. Like
And again, those kind of problems are here in this part of the world here.
it's only English speaking, really. Yeah, like no.
This shit don't happen on the other continents.
Yo, so what's up with that?
It's-
Like how are like the Latin countries dealing with words? Do we know? Like you know how like referring to they, we have to say they now here. Like are they doing
So
that
what-
over there? Because they
when
is
someone-
also masculine and feminine over there. Like you
So-
still have.
When you can't use masculine words, like how are you going to describe something?
What do you
Beats
mean?
me, Not a polyglot. I ain't got nothing on
You know
language.
what I mean?
Like
You wanna
table.
eliminate
Table's
that
a table,
cat-
but why is
that cat had 6 kittens. But you just can't say it was a female. Like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on? I don't get
oh
it.
well like tiger, tigress, lion, and
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, why does everything have to be? So then I could beat the crap out of anybody and we're all equal. So it won't make a difference then. If I beat up, Susie over there, since we're all non-binary, it should be the same crime as if I beat up Joe.
is it not?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
I'm
if
pretty
a man beats up a woman, it should be a kind of a worse punishment.
Isn't that what you were referring to earlier, War? About like if a transgender raped someone and then transitioned, then they would be tried as what they transitioned to, something like that.
Or whatever they associate as.
Yeah.
It would be recorded in law that they are a woman raping another woman.
Even though the original act could have been when they were a man.
Whoa.
And we're back to J.K. Rowling.
Back to
Cycle.
Yo, check
Keep
this
it up,
out.
Tony.
Tony's got lots of examples for the
You know
chat.
what? This is probably like the most one-way view, but when it comes down to it, I believe that when it comes to the transgenders, men per se, we don't care about transgender men. Like, it's not going to bother us or affect us in any step of the way per se compared to transgender women against women. Just like the sports thing is a big thing right now, right? There's a swimmer who broke the record by 38 seconds. 38 seconds. When records are broken, they're usually broken by a fraction.
Yeah.
But this guy transformed, and the rule is you just have to be a year off.
Transform.
A year off of being a male. So this guy was, he was okay as a man, but then he transformed into a woman and broke the fucking. Now this girl is considered to be the top swimmer in the States for women, and it's going to be maybe in the Olympics. But like, yeah, of course, man, you still have a penis.
Well, what if he has it
want-
removed?
That better
Wasn't
muscle,
removed.
like you
She
have
just-
more
she just-
muscle mass, like
She's flat chested. That's amazing in the water.
But the woman anatomy is actually more aerodynamic for water. It's just that they're not as strong, I guess. in
Yeah,
terms
like
of-
I'm all about protecting women's sports because I'm telling you, transgender men really make no impact on biological men, I guess you could say. Like, they're not going to break any records. At this rate, every record in sports, male or female, will be owned by someone with a penis. So
Let me think about this.
While you think about it, Deji, you said check it. Did you find something?
oh yo, so I was just reading this article called "Don't Laugh. I have a serious reason for raising my cats gender neutral."
wow.
So this
Oh, I laughed already.
Don't laugh. Jeez.
already, man.
so the cats' names are Essence and Trouble. And the reason this person is doing this is because they want to help learn plural pronouns for their friends, neighbors, and colleagues, et cetera, right? So I was just reading this and I got to this part where it goes, friends would come over. I'd introduce the cats and their pronouns, and some would ask, but what are they? Some would randomly use he and she. Some would stumble. I mean, these are two female cats, right? Some would stumble, unable to form a sentence when talking about one of the cats. Things got a little more real when Essence got sick. They were really sick, but she's only talking about Essence.
Hey,
Okay.
I took them to the vet and had to weigh the question. Do I explain their pronouns to the vet, but also the front desk workers, the vet techs? I chose to fall back on my cisgender privilege and use the singular pronoun for Essence. While all this was unfolding, friends would ask me, how is your cat? She would respond, they're better. The vets don't know what's wrong with them. And then her friends would say, wait a minute, are they both sick? But she's only talking about one cat.
see, that's not proper.
It's
Anyway.
why didn't she just use
Say the
it
name.
or it?
It's a female cat. Like it's a
It's
female
a cat. It's a cat. It's it.
Oh.
Doesn't that also
if
work?
You're going to treat an animal. I mean, as a veterinarian, are you treating a male animal or a
Like,
female animal?
that
I mean,
to me
does
is
that come
actually
into
like
play? Regardless
makes-
of what you want to call it.
Makes a difference.
like that's like kind of like borderline like abuse. Like that animal is already what it is. Now you're just making up shit for it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
know what I
you're
mean?
you're projecting whatever
Yeah, like
thing
trying to make
you've
it vegan
defined for
too and shit, I
yourself
bet.
onto someone who or to something that doesn't
Yeah,
even know
that has
what that
nothing
is.
to do with the cat.
Yeah, it's
That
true.
has to do with you.
Yeah, exactly. Don't don't put all those like the cat knows what it is. I'm sure it knows what it is.
Guys, gender neutral passports?
No, it won't work.
Yeah, you did say that
we
in
talked
certain
about,
countries.
I
It
told you
won't
how
work.
cats
Other
mate.
countries will not accept that. I guarantee. I know that for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, Ward,
great.
go ahead.
How cats mate. Have we talked about that?
Is
I told you
that-
how cats mate.
Is
The
it
other
like
one?
it's like a hook or something?
Oh, so when a male cat ejaculates, their penis turns into like spikes come out of its head, and like it's like a barbed penis, so that
Right.
when it pulls out, it like swells up the female's like vagina so that it stays closed and the semen doesn't come out.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty intense. So if you ever
Swag.
hear
Nature.
cats having
That wouldn't
sex, it's because
Nature.
it
really
actually
bother
hurts.
that
Yeah.
gender neutral cat living person. or
Mother
whatever.
nature, man.
Like cats are so loud when they have sex.
Well, not the male one, I guess. Just the female, I guess.
It depends how good it is. Wow.
And the thing is, like, yo, I get the gender pronoun things with like the call me she, call me he, call me they, call me them. Like I get all that because that's what you as yourself want to be. That's how
Yeah.
you identify as yourself. And if I want to address you, I have to respect your wishes, right? At what point? How did Chappelle put it? At what point does your perception have to interfere with like the rest of the world type
Yeah.
thing? Like, you know what I mean?
I remember that reference. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Like I think, just like you said, right? Like I'll call you Joey, Susie, whatever, as long as you're not an asshole.
Yeah, but like, what if I'm just being polite and I say like "sir" or "ma'am," and I just say the wrong
Just
one,
go-
and it's like
go,
"excuse you." I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Well, just like that girl that was in the drive-thru. That was big news, right? That TikToker. It was big news. Like she was getting. She calls us gender. I forget the phrase used, but she paid with a credit card and it still had his male name on it, so they called him sir.
Okay.
And then she freaked out saying that they were gender insensitive or something like that shit and all that stuff, and it's
I'm
like
not
it was a
a
mistake, man. Like and so the manager came out and said, how do you not train your people to be gender sensitive? She goes, yes, it was a mistake. It's like, look at me, like she and then this is where the gray area got like every transporter said, well, don't ask a person what they think you look like, because now they are allowed to say what they want, right?
Right.
So because if you say, well, what do I look like to you? And the guy said, you're asking me what I look like? He goes, you look like a man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and every transgender said, see, you can't open that vault because if you're asking them what they think, then you'd have no defense anymore. It did look like a man. Like it looked like a man in like it looked like a man.
Like in drag, right? Like, you know?
I've seen better drags.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I've seen better drags. So, but her name was still a man on the card. So they passed it over and they said, "Sir," and she flipped out. And
our
it's
names,
just like, whoa.
Our names really gonna remain kind of like gender focused. Maybe Michael might be a girl's name, you know, in the future. Michelle might be.
Well, just the way, yeah. I mean, there's the few reverse or the dual names that could be both.
Yeah, right? Michelle, if you're French, could be a guy or a girl. You know,
Tracy, Stacy. I don't know.
I have a thing of using ma'am and sir. Like I'd use it all the time, so I need like a gender neutral version of it. Like in Filipino, you just be like "Ma'am sir po."
Mom sir.
Ma'am sir po.
So yeah, what would that be in English?
There is no respecting in English. Hello, elder. Good morning, elder.
Hello.
Just go yo, right, or something.
Respectfulness.
There's no respect word. There's nothing like that in English.
So like, just go you people.
That's even worse. What do you mean, you people?
Are you not people? I don't know. Like, is that? Like, I don't get it.
Generally, people who use they as their pronoun understand.
Person. Hello, person.
Hello, human.
Yeah. I actually like that. I like calling people human.
Yeah, hello, human.
Oh,
fellow human.
Fellow human. Yeah,
fellow human. There we go. We came up with something here.
What's up, human?
Now listen here, my fellow human. They can't get mad at that. That could be now considered like that's the
Oh no.
But it'll.
There's a man in the human.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What do you mean human? Why is it human?
That's what I said before. I said, well, women are going to be pissed off because for every woman, there's a man in it.
Yeah, so there's some women right now that go by woman, so it's spelled WOMYN.
What did our dumb prime minister say? We should go by woe people? Remember? That's what Trudeau said. Yeah, I'm like, you are a dumbass, man. Yeah, he used that phrase. Like, maybe you should be like woe people. Like, Jesus Christ, man. What the hell?
Okay. I think we've beat this one down quite a bit.
Isn't this the Christmas special?
Merry Christmas, you people.
People kind.
What do you mean, you people? I said you people.
Even the fact that you use Christmas, FJ, is considered offensive to some people.
I know. We have to say. I don't even know if you can say Happy Holidays anymore.
No,
I think you can say. Christmas. I think you can say Season's Greetings. Because you can't. Merry Christmas is specifically like religion, and Happy Holidays is.
Why is Merry Christmas? If someone said Happy Hanukkah to me, I'd be okay. If someone said Happy Kwanzaa,
I'd be fine with all of that too.
If someone said to me on Eid, "Hey, have a good Eid," cool.
Yeah,
I'd be just wishing me well.
Mubarak
on their holiday.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah, okay. I know. I know what we're. I know that we're well stand with that. But yeah, something about like. If you say Happy Holidays, it's almost like it's a direct omission of Merry Christmas. That's why you can't say Happy Holidays. But
really?
Something like that. I don't know.
They should, because you know what? It's a lot of Christmas deals out there that these non-Christians want to use.
I just say them all if I can. If I remember, I'll say them all.
Yeah, I have Jewish friends, and you know they say Merry Christmas to me. I say Happy Hanukkah to them.
Yeah,
like no big deal. Like, I mean, I don't know where. I mean, just like you said, it's a big marketing and money maker. So why can't we just say Merry Christmas? I mean, we could change it to Hanukkah. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Well, when I'm atheist, like, what does it mean now to me? Like, it's like
we run on a Christian calendar, so I don't know.
All right, so Tom, here's a serious question: is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yeah. It is. I watch it all the time. I mean. That's the only time they'll put it on there 24 hours. Is it essentially a Christmas with a Christmas story and thing? No, but it is a Christmas movie.
It does take place during Christmas though in the movie too, right? Right? Isn't it Christmas time in the movie too? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Apparently, there's a debate. if Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not. I don't really remember it.
It's on all
so.
the time on Christmas, just like Christmas Story and I think Brady Christmas are the big ones. And
Christmas
what's that
Story.
other one?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
I'm
Reindeer.
Dreaming of a White Christmas. Isn't that one of those
Frosty.
movies?
Love Actually is another one.
And that's a Christmas movie.
Because if those are Christmas movies, why wouldn't Die Hard? Because Love Actually isn't like it doesn't have carols made after it, right? You think of it like
Oh.
Rudolph.
Let's
Right.
put it this way.
But it
Why
takes
wouldn't
place
Die
in
Hard?
Christmas and Family Man. Yeah.
It's probably reached Christmas movie film because if it wasn't on, we'd all notice it wasn't there.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, "Oh man, there's no Die Hard."
But it's
we
like
were-
saying like all of Harry Potter is also Christmas.
It is.
Well, they all released in Christmas time.
Oh yeah, okay.
Wait,
I don't see it on the TV, but yeah, but
Lord
so
of the
many
Rings,
movies
too.
release on Christmas.
I know. Yeah, even horror
But
movies.
doesn't make them a Christmas. But like if there
Nightmare
was no
Before
Harry
Christmas.
Potter
Is that a Christmas movie? Nightmare Before Christmas,
or
I guess. So.
is the what's that other one? Elf and Grinch. Those are always something.
Right. Oh man, the Grinch one too. That's specifically Dr. Seuss created, and that's a big thing now too.
Oh yeah,
Worse than
Everyone's anti-Seuss.
Krampus and stuff.
What?
I
What
heard
is-
that. Who's Krampus?
Krampus is
Yeah, I
like
don't know.
it's the evil kind of counterpart to Santa.
Oh, okay.
Krampus?
Yeah. Yeah.
So no one's offended by Krampus, but we're all talking about what the fuck about Santa. Is that what it is?
Oh, I don't know. It's like a demon thing. I don't know. Krampus is like a
Yeah.
horror thing too. I don't know. I know it's
I just
related
seen
to
it because
Christmas
I
and
was
horror.
playing Warzone yesterday, and it showed up as like. you
It's
could
one of
be
the skins.
Krampus.
Oh, that's funny. That's one of
Yeah,
the skins.
I'm like, who the hell's
Oh.
Krampus?
Okay.
Speaking of which, is y'all shit glitching out, or is that just me?
think it's
In
just you.
COD? Or here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
I still
Yesterday
has.
I was.
That's
I was
fucking
getting
turning
booted.
off and shit.
I'll check it out again tonight. I haven't played. I didn't play yesterday.
When updates are pushed, that's usually the most susceptible to DDoS attacks. Like that's
Oh.
when servers are most susceptible when things are brand new. There's new fixes, new bugs.
Bugs.
Kind of like that sounds. I know what you're saying, and it sounds weird that that's what it is.
The
Usually when you
DDoS?
put a new update, it should be like, boom, everything's good for a couple days. Not everything happens now because of a new update.
Yeah, because they're obviously their deadlines aren't part of their like quality assurance, or quality control. It's just like, oh, we'll deal with it when it's out, when everyone's having issues with it. It doesn't happen before release.
You guys are secretly part of a big testing realm.
Fact.
If
Probably.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then The Matrix is a damn political movie with the blue and red pill. Die Hard is a hard no for Christmas movie.
That's
Black-
a reach.
Black Hawk Down.
That's a re- the blue and the red.
Blue
pill, man,
red
that's a
pill
good-
being
that's a good
political?
reaching one.
Political?
That's a
I
good
don't know
reaching
about
one. That's a good reason. I mean, you got to. That's what I call digging deep and looking for stuff that really isn't out there in plain view. That's a good one. Now I'm not going to think about it. There is a red blue and a blue pill, and which one does he take? Which was the good one? You might as well tell us. I forgot now.
The red. Red is the good
Yeah.
one.
The red pill?
Yeah. Red is
Define
the
good.
one.
How does that make you
Red is
feel?
the one that is out of the Matrix. Blue goes into the Matrix.
So
I
how
mean,
does that
define
make-
good.
Yeah. So how does that make him feel?
Truth.
So-
Truth versus yeah.
Reality
Truth versus a lie.
Yeah.
And if anything, the Matrix would be more like a metaphor more than it is an actual political movie. Christmas is
know.
actually an element to Die Hard. But if it's a hard no for you, is what it is. Everyone has
This
opinions.
is an Austrian thing where a
Absolutely.
demon-looking guy collects naughty kids.
I mean,
in a
I guess
sack
on
and
that world
beats
too,
them.
like you could kind of make everything. I mean, you could kind of make everything political if you wanted to, but why would you?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that just ruins it for everybody. Can't I just watch something so stupid that I don't have to think about it?
Thank you, Ryan, for the definition or the reference there for Krampus. Apparently, it's a demon that collects naughty kids and beats them in a sack.
Oh,
I feel like there was a movie for that.
Yeah, there was a Krampus movie.
was Jim Carrey Krampus or something? I don't know why I would think that. Or somebody. That could
I
be
mean,
it.
he was definitely the Grinch.
Oh, that's right. Wasn't Krampus?
Sorely mistaken.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Same
Just a
Christmas,
little.
different pile. I don't know.
Evil guy during Christmas. It's all good. Anywho. Alright, okay. Anyone else? I guess, okay, guys, so this is the last podcast before Christmas. I won't have one next week, or, anyone have any cool plans for the break, or...
I thought about holding myself up and putting myself in quarantine for no reason for 14 days.
Yeah, like staying in your unit?
Stay in this little room for like 16, 17 days straight for this holiday, and not leave unless I have to go use the washroom or shower.
Where are
As
you
a
right now?
as a challenge?
Yeah, just as a challenge.
Okay.
I'd work out, cardio, everything in here. I live in Alberta, like literally butt fuck middle of nowhere. I'm on the border of Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they've already
It's a
cut down.
45
Like, I
degree
guess
difference right now. You guys are plus 15. I'm in minus 30.
Well, we were.
Shit.
What is it now?
that's cool. Man.
Minus
For
30?
sure.
Damn.
Yeah, with the wind chill though.
Oh, we're at 4
Right.
now. We're
That's
at
when
4
you
now.
feel that shit. Damn.
It's fun.
Today was warm outside for sure.
It was. I was outside with this zone having a smoke. But
Yeah.
are they going to be
Yo.
stopping the flights? What's going on? I don't even know what's happening for Christmas.
Oh, flights? I don't know.
Yeah, there's already an advisory now. No. What do they call that before? Non-essential flights be avoided now. I'm like, here we go.
Shit.
Here we go.
Cause of numbers, or just because they don't want?
Yeah, I don't know. But they haven't closed the border yet. So, I mean, why are you going to stop non-essential flights?
Right.
Because you can't. You can't tell people that are coming from other places, is this non-essential? They're already here. But to us, and they've already cut now all the big hockey games, basketball games. It's already been slashed 50% now. So many people have been complaining. I just got tickets to the game, and they're here.
Oh, what?
I'm
Yeah.
lucky. None of that stuff affects my plans. I can still go to the mountains if I wanted to. Like,
Mhm.
I don't think there's
Right.
restrictions to going to like Banff and Jasper right now, and there's
It
plenty of
shouldn't
POW
be
too.
indoor, yeah, it shouldn't be. But that could be a problem.
Oh yeah, that's true.
forward.
Sharon needs
I
to
mean,
go.
the big talk now is about the NHL players and the
Yeah.
Olympic hockey team in China, and there's possibility now. It looks like that they probably won't even go. Now
Something
with
about the Chicago Bulls recently, right? Someone posted that. There were five from the players and the staff of Chicago Bulls
Yeah.
weren't allowed to play a game
positive,
against
yeah.
Toronto. So
that's why and I'm saying this is my opinion. That's why I hate The View, but I have to watch them just so I could put my hate on them. They're the kind of
didn't even
people
know
that
that.
say, yeah, they're the kind of people that would sit there and I have it like people who get vaccinated don't get COVID. I'm like, man, you're spreading lies. Of course they get COVID. Look at the NHL players. Look at the baseball players. Look at the NBA players. There's games canceled because these guys are vaccinated and there's COVID. Hockey's going downhill right now. So many games. I think the next one could be basketball. People start getting COVID.
yikes!
It's crazy, man. Scary hours.
I didn't know Omicron was spreading that much faster than Delta. I mean, I just thought Delta was just
But do
the
we
more
really know anything
serious,
about
hurtful
Omicron?
one. I don't know.
Like they never really said how dangerous it is, if it's worse. Like I haven't been able to.
It's a Decepticon, right?
Well, you get it by touch.
Don't you get them
So
all by
was-
touch? Wait, what? Like you get it through
Isn't
the
Delta
skin?
a transformer?
Yeah, you get it by touch.
Transformer. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Transformer. Anyway.
Oh no. The new Ken doll. She transforms.
Oh, what? Actually?
No.
No, I don't know.
Oh shit.
Into a car.
There's a transgender Barbie now.
Into a car.
That's probably coming.
Maybe.
That's probably coming. I
I
don't
don't
see
know.
why
Though.
not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You have like the
It's
doll,
hard to
and then
make
it comes
toys,
with a
man.
bunch
It's
of
hard to make toys
different
Mr.
clothes
Radiohead
for
is
it.
now offensive. How do you make a toy now? I don't know. It'd be really difficult.
Right. Yeah.
Like how do you make
That's
G.I.
why Pokemon
Joe?
is safe.
Uh-oh. It's G.I. Joe.
They should have called it Pac-Man. It should have been like Pac
Person?
person.
Pack thing.
Pac thing. Yeah.
It's pack.
It's called it Pac.
No matter what they call it, it's gonna be bad for Filipinos.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Do you want the Pac-Man? Or Pac-Woman?
Oh, I was thinking Pacquiao, but okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even call him Pac-Man.
Do you want the
anymore.
Pac-Man?
Yeah. Oh,
All right.
jeez.
All right. Well, this was a good one, guys. Thank you for coming out and talking about some serious stuff and then some not so serious, lighthearted stuff too. It was nice. I want to wish everybody season's greetings, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. What's Kwanzaa? What's Kwanzaa?
African holiday.
That was African? Okay. Anyone else want to say anything? Guys, it was fun. It was a great year. Oh, we have one more. We'll have one more on December 30th. And that'll be it for 2021. Yeah, that'll be 47. BrackCast 47. So it was a solid year. Thanks, guys, for always coming out and watching and supporting and chatting. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. Yeah, everyone good?
Peace.
All right.
Chillin'.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you have any kind of comments you want to share from this topics, feel free to timestamp it and share it down in the comments below, guys. We'll see ya. Peace.